Okay, so in the second part, we're going to start with f. And what we're going to do is, again, this is already factored out for us. The work's already done, so all you have to do is set it equal to 0. So x is equal to 0, and 3x plus 7 equals 0. So then if we solve, we have negative 7 on both sides. So we're going to subtract 7, and we're going to divide 3. So x is equal to negative 7 over 3. And our two solutions are 0 and negative 7 over 3. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at how these solutions would be on a graph. Now, if you notice, they're always equal to 0. And the reason why is because we're trying to find the roots, the zeros, or the x-intercept. All those things mean the same thing. And they'll be the solutions to our equation. So we can go ahead and graph negative 3x squared minus 6x plus 72. And if you notice, it crosses x 2 times. Once at negative 6 and again at 4. Now it is a pretty big graph, but in the end, what's important is that it crosses through these 2 points. So the answer there would be negative 6. X is equal to negative 6 and positive 4. Negative 6 and positive 4. And the same thing over here. Now, the only thing is that we have to make this equal to 0. So we're going to have to move 16 to the other side. We're going to add 16 to both sides. So this cancels out right here. And we're going to be left with 9x squared minus 24x plus 16 is equal to 0. On the graph, and with this one, it only crosses or it only touches the x-axis once at 1.33, which can also be written as 4 over 3. And we would have one solution. Finally, let's look at 7x to the power of 3 minus 63x equals 0. So if we were to graph this, it ends up looking a little bit different. It goes up once, curves, then goes down, curves again, and then goes back up. What this means is that we're actually going to cross 3 different times. Once at negative 3, again at 0, and then finally at 3. So all those would be our solution. X is equal to negative 3, 0, and 3. And this would actually be pretty easy to figure out. If we have 7x squared minus 63x equals 0, we'd actually be able to factor out 7x. So if we factor out 7x, we're left with x squared minus 9 is equal to 0. So with that in mind, we would set 7x equal to 0, and then x squared minus 9 equal to 0. Right here, we divide both sides by 7, and x equals 0. Here, we add 9 to both sides, so we have x squared equals 9. And then we're going to take the square root, so x is equal to 3. But it could be a positive or a negative 3, because they both can multiply to positive 9.